let's see here. How about if we go to, oh, by the way, did you hear big business news today? Kraft is going to open a factory in Jerusalem. Yeah, they're going to call it Cheeses of Nazareth. Another one you're going to think about later. You're going to go, oh, that's genius. That's brilliant, right? Thank you, Ed. I knew I liked you for some reason. All right, how about if we go next to, let's see, how about Todd Hogan? Todd is a writer whose short stories and poems have been published in 10 regional anthologies. 2 short plays have been chosen for performance in the Bicentennial Theater's Emerging Playwrights Festival. The most recent performed about a month ago in January. In the newly released anthology Stranded, now available on Amazon, he has 3 new short stories. Currently, he's writing stories for a new anthology with the theme of secret identity. Boy, it must be a whole spy thing. James Bond is coming out in April. And he is editing his first novels and completing work on a new 1-act play. Let's say hello to Todd Hogan. Todd. Yep. Good.
Okay, hello everybody. Hope you don't mind if I sit down while I talk to you. This is supposed to be about the theories of comedy, and there are about 17 different theories of comedy. I just want to talk about one. This is probably the simplest theory, the relief of tension. Not because I think it's the most accurate necessarily, but because it's so darn useful. A long time ago, I went to an all-men's college. There the students could focus their attention on their studies and their self-improvement, free of certain distractions. But times change, society changes, fashions change. Even before the internet, magazine pictures changed. As a result, even innocent students began to entertain certain questions, expectations, and dreams. As a result, as you can imagine, was an increase in tension. So it was not unusual that first-year students might turn to other ways of releasing tension. Some joined wild pep rallies, uncontrolled screaming at football and basketball games, weekend-long poker tournaments, and long road trips. Others withdrew, turning to drinking, intense exercise, drugs, or writing really embarrassing love letters to hometown honeys. Some broke under the tension and left the university for good, or even worse, got married. All the camaraderie, bonding, drinking, pep rallies, poker hands, and letter writing could not eliminate the mounting tension. Professors tried to distract their students with discussions of philosophy and theology and organic chemistry and advanced calculus and world literature, all things devoid of the near occasion of tension. The distraction worked for a while, but by December, tension increased to nearly unbearable proportions. The administrators of the college then implemented the release theory of comedy. But did they bring in world-class comedians, or circuses, or rock bands? Sometimes, but those were expensive. So they tried old, inexpensive, black and white comedies. First up was Some Like It Hot. They must not have pre-screened it, or they might have noticed how aggressively Marilyn Monroe, in a sheer gown, tried to seduce Tony Curtis, who feigned impotence and pretended to be wealthy. His buddy Jack Lemmon pretended to be a woman for the fabulously wealthy Joe E. Brown. When it came time that Jack Lemmon needed to break their engagement, confessing that she smoked and drank and could never have children, Joey Brown just swatted those objections away. Jack Lemmon then pulled off his wig and admitted he was a man, to which Joey Brown said in the last line of the movie, well, nobody's perfect. Right? Nobody's perfect. So what were the students? What were we students supposed to take from that? Number one, being rich is a terrific aphrodisiac, or faking impotency drive sexy chicks wild, or since nobody's perfect, just find yourself a guy. You know, this movie did nothing to alleviate the tension or improve anyone's understanding of women. No wonder Shakespeare wrote about love's duplicity in Sonnet 138. When my love swears she's made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies. Well, love's best habit is in seeming trust. Therefore I lie with her and she with me, and in our faults by lies we flattered be. So it was time to try a variation on the release theory. If the audience's anxiety or fear or tension could be increased safely, and then the source of the anxiety vanquished, there would be a release of tension and hence a kind of happiness. That was the theory. So they screened a movie with a horrible monster in it. The black and white 1954 movie was originally in 3D. The ads claimed crimes of passion pent up in his savage heart. Already we could relate. The monster was an original with claws and scales and a throbbing throat, as though he were using gills to breathe. That's right, the monster was the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I should have got that.
Oh yeah!
Close enough, you know.
In the movie, the paleontologist found a 150,000-year-old fossilized claw on an Amazon river tributary. Seeking more fossils, they explored the mysterious Black Lagoon, the likely source of the fossil. However, the Black Lagoon was the home of the creature. Usually the audience identifies with the heroes of the movie. The heroes of this movie are scientist Mark, intent on more fossils, and David, hoping to trap or kill a creature. They are both remarkably oblivious to the blonde, smiling, long-legged Kay Lawrence, the beautiful female scientist that came along with them. It was clear she was out of their league. When asked if she would marry Mark, she replied, "No, we're together all the time anyway." And when Mark was asked, he said, "I'm waiting for her next race so she can afford to take care of me." So, you know, Kay deserved better. Every student in the auditorium recognized that. Mark, David, Kay Lawrence, and one more scientist took a small boat manned by 3 local men into the jungle. When they reached the Black Lagoon, it was Kay who appreciated the beauty of the scene. With the men below deck, she jumped into her iconic white swimsuit and dove into the lagoon. There, she performed aquatic acrobatics that on land usually require a stripper pole. Unbeknownst to her, the creature was watching. Thanks to innovative underwater camera technology, the audience saw what the creature saw, her fabulous synchronized swimming moves. You can imagine the effect it had on the creature. You can also imagine the effect it had on the students. Curiously, the creature did not inspire revulsion, but rather a strange camaraderie, a fellowship, a bonding. Suddenly the students were rooting for the creature, our surrogate to win Kay. The smart move would have been just to go away. He's been hidden for 150,000 years. He could have avoided the scientists, but the heart's desire is not like that. For love, the creature will risk everything. Those tension-filled, empathetic students in the audience could relate. For the next hour, the creature endured being harpooned by a spear gun, having his lagoon poisoned to drive him to the surface, rifle shots, being clubbed after passing out, being caged, being set on fire, and being macheted. But he finally succeeds in bringing Kay to his dorm room. I mean, to his care. Admittedly, she was unconscious, but Mark arrives with his rifle to drive the creature into the depths of the Black Lagoon, leaving Kay sprawled on the shore in her white shorts, still unconscious. We felt for the creature because we understood his passion, his love, okay, his obsession. We even set aside the fact that he had killed David and 4 local men and mauled the 3rd scientist. But all's fair, as they say. 2 sequels followed, which compared to Star Wars and Halloween. There's not a lot of sequels. But like those films, the original was the best. The great Swedish film director, Ingmar Bergman, is said to have watched The Creature from the Black Lagoon every year on his birthday. Now the film may not have achieved the intended purpose of reducing our tension, but it taught a theater full of young men an important life lesson: what real love is. Another of Shakespeare's sonnets, number 116, reads, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark." Now tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. Remember to celebrate your ever fixed love with your special someone. It's the best way, sort of comedy, to relieve the tension. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd Hogan. And he is a master chair driver, too, which is awesome. Just awesome.